terrible, terrible pressure. There's an immense amount of pressure
yes.
on every single person.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge, rumored to play Aunt Petunia, and what's difficult about...
Welcome back, witches, wizards, and muggles, to Squibscorner. I am Jeremiah.
And I'm Andrew.
And today we got an HBO Harry Potter series reboot. That's a mouthful. We got to come up with something else. But, so as of March 2025, there have been some updates. And we plan to come on here at least once a month to give some updates unless something drastic happens.
Sure.
So as of right now, John Lithgow has been confirmed to be playing the part of Dumbledore. John Lithgow is an American actor.
Yes.
You may remember him from Third Rock from the Sun. He's 79. Yeah, right off the bat, the issue with that is he's an American actor. I have no doubt he could probably pull off a slight British accent.
Well, he played Churchill in... I don't know how recent it is, but which he nailed it. But
he's been acting for a long time.
Yeah.
So
what
it's
you'll
the
find,
voice.
yeah. Oh yeah.
It's the voice and mannerisms in my head that I'm kind of like, I don't know. But the more I think about it, the more I kind of get a little excited just to see what he could do with it.
Sure. And it's two of the three confirmed actors have received a lot of backlash.
Yeah.
Lithgow, because he's American. And like you said, a lot of people are, I loved Richard Harris as Dumbledore. I thought he was perfect. I thought he portrayed it perfect. And so I didn't necessarily like the second Dumbledore because I compared him to the first Dumbledore. But he did a good job.
But
he did a good job.
There was, there's nothing that could have been done.
Sure.
About that.
Yeah. It
unfortunate
needed,
circumstances.
Yeah.
So, speaking of possible backlash, Papa Isildur has been confirmed to be playing. I think this was an update last time, but now he's confirmed.
He's on IMDb. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's going to be playing Professor Snape. He is British, and you probably recognize him from the 2024 movie Outrun, and he's 34. So I have not seen any of his acting, so
I've not
no
seen,
expectations.
Yeah, everyone says he's great. He is black, obviously, and that's the big backlash for Papa. Now, I've never seen everything that I've read about him is that he's a phenomenal actor, right? Phenomenal. The only backlash is because he's also age appropriate. Snape is 33, 34, so he fits the bill on that one. But really, the only backlash is our pale-skinned, black, greasy hair. I was laughing today. Somebody posted a picture of Papa. Do you know Andre 3000 from Outkast? Back in the 90s, 2000s, he had that he had the straight hair. And they're like, they could pull it off. We'll see how it is. But I'm also one of those actors where I'm one of those actors. Sorry, I'm one of those fans that.
Actor / fan, I guess.
I am an actor. Cool. Not to the scale that these guys are.
I heard you went up for the role of Snape and just bombed it.
Oh my gosh! You know what? You know why I would not get the role of Snape? Is they would have to say so many times, "Okay, Andrew, please stop doing an Alan Rickman impersonation. Please stop. We want you to bring your own thing to this." I am bringing my own take on Snape. It's like,
do you
please get out.
Do you think I am up to something?
Obviously, so it's like, get out of here.
I will bring it up because we were talking about this before we hit the record button. One of the big issues with casting Papa Isildur as Snape is one of the villains throughout the whole 7 books, and I'm afraid people that haven't watched Harry Potter for the first time are going to see people pointing the fingers at him for the wrong reasons. And
Oh yeah, I could see
hope
that.
yeah, I really hope that doesn't happen because that's not what it is.
Yeah, if you don't know the story and you watch it with a white main character who's a boy and a black professor, you could be like, "Dang, is Harry low key racist? Like, why? What
Yeah.
does he have against Snape?" And I think midway through, not the first book. I think the whole first book. I think you would actually think that for a while until you get a little backstory in the second, definitely the third book, Prisoner of Azkaban. When you get into the Marauders and stuff, you might be like, oh, there's a past
Yeah, but
with
I think
Snape.
most people at this point they know the story. So
I think so for sure, for sure.
I'm going to assume that's not going to be an issue. That's just
Yeah,
something I've seen people talk about.
sure.
On the Harry Potter fandom stuff. So
That being said, John Lithgow, Papa Asidu, get it.
yes.
If you're in it, let's get it. We're excited. We obviously want you to blow it away.
I can't. Yeah, I can't wait.
Hey, here's the thing: prove us wrong, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
prove us wrong. Go out there and kill it. We want the series to be a hit. We want it to be amazing.
It's terrible, terrible pressure. There's an immense
Oh my
amount of
gosh,
pressure
yes.
on every single person involved in this.
Yes.
It's unfair, really.
Yeah.
But we have a third confirmed, Janet McTeer. She's confirmed to be playing Professor McGonagall, and she is a British actor. Oh, there we go.
Check.
She's seen in such films as the 2016 The Exception and the 2022 The Menu. She's 63.
Did you watch The Menu?
No, I've never heard of this actor.
Crazy. The Menu was
He
a
looks
crazy.
familiar.
Ralph Fiennes was in it, the original Voldemort. He was in
Okay,
it.
yeah.
Wild, yeah, kind of a weird, wild movie
Yeah,
about a chef.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have a couple of unconfirmed.
Yeah, we still have the
Couple
rumored casts. So obviously take these with a grain of salt. If they're not on IMDb, then I won't say that they're confirmed until they're on there. Some of the actors,
Like I was saying before we hit the record button, also, I went on IMDb, and the list that it gave me was completely wrong. So,
see, when I got on IMDb, it only showed those three on there.
yeah, I had to go to a different source because at least the IMDb on my side, for whatever reason,
dang.
maybe it was, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was showing me the wrong list.
Okay, so Phoebe Waller-Bridge, rumored to play Aunt Petunia. And what's difficult about these castings for me is I just don't watch a lot of predominantly British movies or shows. I can point out a lot of the more famous, obviously.
Which is fine because I'd like to go into this not knowing any of the actors.
That's very true.
I'd
That's
like that
very
better.
true.
Yeah. Like John Lithgow, because everybody knows who he is, he's got even more pressure on himself. So
He's a
and it's at
versatile
the end of
actor.
his career.
Yeah,
so
it'll be good to see. The thing that makes me nervous about John Lithgow is that I would have much rather them got a 61-year-old to play Dumbledore and age him up than get an almost 80-year-old. Like, how old is he? 79, right?
Yeah.
We don't want another Richard Harris, John Lithgow, which obviously John Lithgow, he seems in very good spirits, very good physically. So,
well, the thing with the two Dumbledores is they were completely different. They were not the same Dumbledore. They were completely different. So if you were to cast, the second Dumbledore and had him be exactly the same as the first, I don't think much would have been said.
Sure,
I think
sure.
it would have been more along the lines of, that's not the same Dumbledore, is it? He sounds the same, but he
different
doesn't
actor,
look the same.
but
Yeah.
Now the next one, I have my fingers crossed. He's one of my favorite actors globally. Cillian Murphy is rumored to either be playing Voldemort or Quirrell. I would much rather him play Voldemort. Peaky Blinders, which you've not seen,
Good guess.
is like a top 5, top 10 television show of all time. It's Netflix. And the show is amazing. And he plays like Thomas Shelby is like he kills it. He knocks it out of the park. Like it is perfect. Yeah. So I think it would be a disservice to Harry Potter to just have him in one film.
I'm curious what Voldemort's going to look like.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see the take on it because, we don't need to look like I would love, the lightning shaped scar on Harry. I would love for it to look like a flash of lightning, where it comes down and it branches out. Like I don't need it to look like a comic book.
I'm sure they'll do
lightning.
Things slightly different.
Yeah.
Just ever so not too dramatic.
Not too dramatic. Yeah. But Cillian Murphy, he was also in Oppenheimer, which was a great film. Great film. If you didn't watch it, I'm sure you didn't. He was also Scarecrow in the Batman Begins trilogy by Christopher Nolan.
I've seen that, but it's been a long time. Probably 20 years since I've watched it. It came out, 20 years ago?
Yeah, he played it. It's so good. And then we also have Brett Goldstein and Nick Frost, two guys that are rumored to be Hagrid. I love Brett Goldstein. If you haven't watched Ted Lasso, he plays Roy Kent, and he's awesome at it. I don't necessarily see him as a Hagrid. He also played Hercules at the very end of Thor: Love and Thunder, which was not a great Thor movie. But that's neither here nor there. And then Nick Frost, who's a British actor, again, that I'm not familiar. I've not seen him, but he, Shaun of the Dead, he played in At World's End. And he's going to be in something very popular that's coming out soon. I remember reading it. Let's see here. He's going to be Gobber in the live action How to Train Your Dragon. So he's going to be, so he's obviously got a good rap sheet. So those, because he's an unknown, cool, excited, whoever takes that. And did you know there was an American actor that begged J.K. Rowling to play Hagrid in the original movies? Do you know who it was? Robin Williams.
Oh, yeah. No.
Robin Williams wanted to play Hagrid so bad.
No way.
But Robbie Coltrane, I believe, was the first person cast.
Yeah. I mean, Robin, he could do serious stuff. I've seen his serious movies. And
do
it. But Hagrid?
It's...
That's a stretch.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll keep updating as the characters get locked in. Originally, the last time we updated, it said it was going to be, the premiere was pushed back to 2027, but right now the rumors are showing that it's back to 2026. So
I couldn't find anything that said 2027.
Yeah, so that could be.
Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, that could be
exciting. I can't wait to sit down with my family and just watch the debut of this.
I hope the debut is like 2 hours.
Well, yeah, but knowing that there's going to be, it's not just 7 different episodes or 8 different episodes.
Yeah. I'm excited to see. Yeah, I'm excited to see how they started off the tone. They know how big it's going to be.
Oh yeah.
So started out.
If you're listening to this and you're on the fence about this, but you're a Harry Potter fan, go into it with absolutely zero expectations, and then you won't be disappointed. I mean, it's hard to have, I guess you could say, a sequel and have it be different. But I don't know. I used to think like that. Like, you got to have the same cast. You got to have, the same this, the same that. But you also got to think like a lot of these people don't want to do this. They're done. So you got to respect that. And with that respect, you just got to open up and hope for the best, Not even hope for anything. Just hope that it's Harry Potter. There you go. That's it.
Harry Potter, baby. The boy who lived.
Yep. So if there's another episode or another update next month, we will update it. And like I said, if, there's a whole bunch of updates, then we'll have more than one episode. If there's no update, we'll probably come on here and say, hey, it's looking all the same. So
yeah,
we'll see you on the next chapter review. Squibscorner is hosted by Jeremiah Lobo and co-host by Andrew Beecham. We would love to hear from you, so drop us a rate and review to inquire about being a guest and for questions, comments, or to just give us your Harry Potter story. Email us at squibscorner@gmail.com. To watch Harry Potter merch unboxings, follow my YouTube, Accio Potter Guy. Lastly, you can leave us a voice memo, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Squibscorner.